Hey, are you seriously Dan's younger sister? Because sometimes I just seriously can't believe that you two are related. I mean, you're nothing alike at all. Oh, hello, Clara. I wasn't expecting to hear from you today. I'm sorry, what is all of this about? Are you really wondering if Dan and I are actually related? Because I think you already know the answer to that, don't you? Well, yeah, I know everyone says that you two are related and all, but I still just can't buy it. I mean, how in the world is a girl like you, who never went to college and is such a loser weirdo, related to a guy like Dan? It's just so weird. I guess it's just one of those things where one sibling is blessed with everything while the other one got nothing. I mean, you don't even leave the house or work, right? You're nothing but a socially awkward little shut-in. I hope you know that I do have a job and I just work from home. I'm not some kind of shut-in or agoraphobic. You mean you have a job that you do entirely from home? Everyone knows that those kinds of jobs are for the lowest of the low bottom feeders. You probably don't even make that much money at all from whatever lame online surveys you're taking to earn a few bucks. Or are you trying to say that doing chores around the house counts as having a real job to you? No, I have a full-time position with a company that I work hard for. It's nothing at all like what you're saying, actually. In fact, I had heard that you quit your job because you're thinking of becoming a full-time housewife after you and Dan get married. Well, of course, but that only makes sense for me to do. After all, unlike you, I'm a special case. And just what, may I ask, makes you so special that you can look down on me for not having a job while you're about to do the same? You really don't know anything at all, do you? I mean, you certainly don't know anything about who I am, to say the very least. But if you really must know, I'm actually a super famous singer on the internet. And now that I'm going to marry a rich man like your brother, I'll be able to focus on that career full-time now. And then I'm going to become a pop sensation that will blow up all over the world. And all my dreams will finally come true. Wow, well, that is certainly one way to try and get through life. In fact, I really didn't have any idea about your singing career. Well, anyways, I didn't just quit my job because I'm getting married. I quit my job because I wanted to focus on my singing career so I can become the biggest star in the world. And don't ever forget it, when you mess with me now, you'll regret years from now when I'm a big star. I see. Well, I certainly do wish you all the best in your endeavors to become that. I don't need any wishes from you, thank you very much. Compared to you, I've already won life. I have an amazing husband, a bright future ahead of me. What do you have to show for yourself? You're nothing but a loser who has never accomplished anything worth bragging about in their entire lives. Well, if that's all you wanted to say to me, then I think that I'm going to go ahead and take my leave now. It's been nice catching up. Hey, you little parasite! Is it true that you're actually planning on coming to my wedding? I mean, do you really think that it's okay for you to be there? Just what makes you think you're worthy to come to my wedding? Well, it's also my brother's wedding, so I think it's kind of only natural that I be there, right? I'm sorry, I'm not quite understanding what the problem is. The problem is that you are a total downer, and if you come to my wedding, then you're going to completely ruin the mood there. Don't you know that? Honestly, sometimes I really do think that you're just absolutely hopeless, but I just want you to know that the only reason I'm allowing you to be there is because I know Dan will complain if I don't. I see. Well, thanks for being so generous about that, I guess. I promise to try and keep my head down and keep out of your way. Yeah, that really is the least you can do after all that I'm doing for you. But I suppose that this is a good chance for you to come out of your bubble a little more. Don't worry, I'll train you on how to act. You really don't need to go and do that. I'm sure that you're already plenty busy with wedding preparations, so why don't you just forget about me and focus on that? Oh, come on, don't be so shy. This is going to be fun. I mean, I'm only marrying your brother for his money anyways, so if I can make some use of you, I might as well, right? Wait, what? Did you seriously just send that message? Do you have any idea how rude that is to say? You're not really just marrying Dan because he has money, are you? Don't you realize how horrible that is? Oh man, that really got you all worked up, didn't it? You're like some sad little animal yapping because it got in trouble. Anyways, just be ready for tomorrow. For then, I am going to bestow upon you my exalted benevolence and teach you how to be a functioning member of society. Dan, are you there? I have something that I want to ask you. I know this sounds bad, but would it be okay if I didn't go to your wedding tomorrow?
Hold on a second. Andrea? You're telling me that you don't want to be at my wedding? What's the matter? Is everything okay? Are you sick or something like that?
No, I'm not sick or anything like that. There's just a lot going on, and it's kind of a long story.
Well, then you should come to the wedding and talk to me about it. I mean, you know how excited Mom is for this, right? She even went out and got a new dress and everything. You're always so holed up in your room working. It really might do you some good to leave your little hole and get some sun now and then, don't you think?
I understand that, but to be honest, I really don't think that Clara likes me at all, and I think it might just be better if I stay at home.
Oh, come on. You're thinking way too much about this. Just relax. It'll be fun. I know that you get nervous when it comes to meeting new people, but there's nothing to worry about. You'll get to meet some of her family, get to know Clara better. Maybe the two of you could even do a duet together. I'm sure that would push you two closer together.
Yeah, I really don't know if it's going to go as well as you think if I'm there.
Andrea, please. I know that ever since you graduated high school, you've been a bit scared of going outside, leaving home, that kind of thing. But the thing is that socializing is a skill, and that means you need to practice it. Otherwise, it's just going to become more and more difficult for you to leave your comfort zone. Besides, you're an amazing singer. I really think that you should think about singing at the wedding. Either way, I really am looking forward to you being there.
Dan, please. I really feel like you're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, I mean, who knows? You might even meet someone that you like at the wedding. Now, wouldn't that be something?
I really don't want to meet anyone. I'm fine how things are right now. I just don't want to go is all.
Please come to the wedding. Andrea, for me, this is all that I'm asking of you. You don't have to do anything else.
I'm just trying to tell you that I've got a really bad feeling about this. Clara, what the heck is this? Can you please explain to me what's going on over here? I don't know what you mean. Did you not understand what the MC said just now? I believe he announced to my wedding that now that I'm done gracing the wedding part with my amazing voice, that you're going to sing after me. Everyone here is going to get a little taste of a live performance from the both of us. Isn't that just wonderful? Plus, we're going to be streaming the whole thing, and the wedding is going to double as my big online debut. We're basically getting two birds with one stone this way. Isn't that just brilliant of me? I'm a total genius, huh? I really just don't even know what to say. This day is supposed to be about the love between you and my brother, and you're using it for marketing? Please, Clara, don't you think that you're just being a bit selfish with all of this? How dare you talk to me that way? Just who do you think you are to talk down to me like that? You've really got some nerve. I told you yesterday that your only job here is to do exactly as I say. Got it? So unless you want to get up on stage and sing in front of everyone, butt out. I'm just saying that I don't think it's really appropriate to be doing this kind of thing at your own wedding. But whatever, do what you want. Oh, I will do what I want. You think this day is about Dan and I? Wrong, it's about me, and I'm going to be the star, got it? As for Dan, it's his job to just stand there and look handsome and clap for me when I'm done singing, and that's it. But you know what? Why don't we go ahead and have you sing everyone a song? You seem to think that you know what's best for this wedding, so go for it. But just know that you'll be nothing compared to me. I should have asked you to go first because you would have been such an easy act to follow. I really just can't deal with you anymore, do you know that? Fine. If you want me to sing, I'll do it. But just know that you are going to regret this. I'll have you know that I actually am a famous singer online with hundreds of thousands of fans. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? You really expect me to believe that some little nobody like you is a famous singer online? I had no idea that I was marrying into a family with such hidden talents. Oh well, now you just have to get up on stage and show off all your skills. Go on now, don't keep my wedding waiting. Just try not to break down in tears in front of everyone after all. You will be singing for everyone watching on the stream as well. I've already told the DJ to call you up. Can't you hear him saying your name? I wonder what song you're going to grace our ears with today. Wait, what? But I don't... this doesn't make any... how? Why? What even are you? What's the matter? You seem just a little upset. But the rest of your wedding seemed to really enjoy my performance. I sure hope that I didn't burst any bubbles for you, though. Or did you think that you were the only person here who could sing? I tried to tell you, didn't I? In fact, I was quite surprised when you said you were trying to get in on the same field. I was even more surprised when you were already calling yourself famous. I've been here for a long time, and I've never heard of you. What is the matter with you? How could you do this to me? I told you that I was supposed to be the star for today. How dare you try and outshine me at my own wedding? Not only that, but you sang so many of the songs that I was going to sing. You basically stole my whole set list. I guess I just happened to see the program for the wedding of what songs you were going to do. But I was surprised the DJ didn't put any music on for me at all. I did my best to do good a cappella versions, though. I was a bit nervous, if I can be honest with you. But that wasn't the worst thing you did. You hid the fact that you were such a good singer from me. I just know that you were waiting for the right time to reveal yourself, though. But the fact that you had to do this at my wedding, try and steal my thunder on my big day, how could you do this to me? But I don't understand. I thought that you said I was going to be terrible, remember? You said that you wished I had gone first to warm the audience up for you, remember? Shut up, shut up, shut up! Just who do you think you are, huh? You're a nobody. You didn't even go to college. You're not better than me. You're right. I did only ever graduate high school, but it's clear that I have more singing skills than you. I looked up some videos, and you really have a long way to go if you want to get anywhere near my level. Your pitch is horrible, your tempo is way off, and the sound isn't smooth at all. It sounds more like you're reading from a script than you are singing lyrics. Honestly, there's just no passion behind any of what you're doing, and I'm afraid that's the one thing you need if you want to go pro. How dare you try and insult me like that? I don't have to take this from you. You're just a nerdy little shut-in. You're not better than me. You tried to ruin my wedding on purpose. Just admit it. You think I ruined your wedding? Did you see how happy all of your guests were to hear me sing? And just how is the wedding ruined? There's nothing keeping you from going on with it. My brother still wants to be with you. Everyone is here, food has been catered, and the cake is still waiting to be cut. Let the show go on, I say. Oh, shut up. You know what you've done. You stole all the wind from my sails, and now everyone is talking about what a good singer they think you are. Yes, you might have livened up the room about it, but you made it all about yourself. You're not getting a single slice of my wedding cake. Well, then what am I going to do while you're cutting the cake and serving it to everyone? It'll be a little awkward to skip your sister-in-law, don't you think? You're going to be on stage providing us background music while we enjoy the food. Got it? That's the least you can do after the mess that you've caused. I'm really not sure if I even caused a mess. I mean, even my brother was happy to hear me sing since he knows I don't normally do it for live audiences. And just why do you care so much about what your brother thinks, huh? If I didn't know better, I would say that you're jealous of me because I'm going to be marrying him. You think that I'm jealous because you're going to marry Ben? That's actually pretty gross of you to say. But if you're asking if I love my brother and care deeply about his happiness, then yes, I certainly have strong feelings for him. So you admit it. You admit you love your brother. You're a freak. That's disgusting. I think it would be quite sad if I didn't love my brother. He's always been there for me, and I've always felt like I could talk to him about anything. So you're just happy because you had your brother to take care of you because you're too much of a freak to even leave the house? In some ways, yes. I don't know how I would have gotten along without Dan. My parents never approved of what I wanted to do with my life, but that just pushed me deeper and deeper into my singing career online. Dan was the only one who encouraged me to chase after my own dream. So if I can do anything to make this wedding better for Dan, you can bet that I'm going to do it. Whatever, I don't care what you have to say for yourself. You've already ruined this wedding by stealing the spotlight off of me and making it about yourself. Clara, do you really not think that this wedding is about my brother as well as you? What am I saying? Of course you don't. I really can't stand the way you treat him, though. You're not good for him. You don't know what you're talking about at all. You hardly ever leave the house, so I'm not going to sit here and let myself be lectured by some creepy little shut-in. Okay, fine then. I won't say anything more on the matter if that's what you want. I'll make you regret this. I'll make you beg me for forgiveness. We're not through here. Clara, you really need to take things down a notch. I mean, I know you're the bride today, but you can't be acting like this. Excuse me? How dare you tell me what I can and can't be doing at my own wedding day? Just who do you think you are, huh? It doesn't matter who I think I am. You just can't be treating people like this. Please, just look at what you're doing. Don't you get how wrong this is? No, the only person in the wrong here is you. You ruined everything. You ruined my wedding, and I hate you. You can be upset with me, that's fine, but you can't just start throwing cake at your wedding guests. That's just crazy. You realize this isn't going to solve anything or make anything better at all, right? What do you think you're accomplishing with this? I just don't get it. Why did Dan do this to me? Why would he side with you over his own future wife? I can't believe that he pulled you out of the way of that piece of cake and let him be hit by it instead. I was so close to nailing you, too. Clara, I'm sorry, but you are being abusive right now. I mean, you can't be acting like this. I don't care if you are a bride. It's just not good. Now you need to go out there and help Dan apologize to all of the wedding guests for the way that you're acting just now. No, I refuse to do that. I didn't do anything wrong. I am not in the wrong here at all. All of this is your fault. You ruined everything, and you're the one who needs to take full responsibility. Clara, open your eyes, look around you, and realize that the wedding was going just fine until you decided to ruin it yourself. This is honestly just getting to be ridiculous at this point. You are the one that acted like a child, and now you need to apologize to your guests. How dare you tell me what I do and don't need to be doing? You're nothing. You're a nobody. You didn't even go to college. How dare you tell me what I should and shouldn't do? That has nothing to do with any of this. And besides, you're the one who told me that you were only marrying my brother for his money. If you ask me, you're not good enough to be with someone like my brother. I can tell that you're going to cause him nothing but pain. You don't get to tell me who is and isn't right for me when you hardly even leave your room most of the time. You tried to trick me by telling me that you were some famous celebrity online, but I'm not buying it anymore. I know that you're a liar and a faker, and I'm not going to listen to you ever again. The only reason you came to my wedding was so that you could try and upstage me on my big day. And even now that it's all ruined, you still have to insult me. You ruined everything. You're seriously delusional. Do you know that? I mean, you're the one who looks down on everyone but yourself and only thinks of how to use people to achieve your own ends. And what's wrong with that? I'm the main character. I'm the star. If I want people to do something, they should just shut up and do it. You're the perfect example of what happens when someone doesn't do as I say. Now I'm going to come back out, and you are going to crawl on all fours towards me, lick my shoes, and beg me for forgiveness. And just why in the world would I ever in a million years do something like that? That is just insane. What? Did you seriously just question me again? When are you going to learn? I seriously can't stand how uppity you are. You're a nobody, and yet you think you can just boss everyone around. You're nothing but an arrogant little girl who doesn't know the caliber of person that you're messing with right now.
The caliber of person? What does that even mean? And do you really think that my sister was lying about who she is? Because I'll happily correct you.
Wait, your sister? Who is this? Who am I talking to? Unless... Is this Dan?
That's right. It's Dan. And I have to say that I'm just so disappointed in you. I mean, I'm really having trouble even finding the words to say. But Andrea has been sending me screenshots of all the horrible things that you've been sending to her. How dare you treat my little sister like that? Just who do you think you are to be treating my family so poorly, huh?
Wait a second. I am so confused right now. Is this really Dan? Did your sister show you all of the texts that I've sent her? Please tell me this isn't happening right now.
Oh, it is happening. I thought that something was up with you after my sister had her performance. But I can't believe you actually tried to hit her with a piece of our wedding cake. It was a good thing I was able to move fast enough to pull her out of the way. But you should have seen the look on your parents' face when you did that.
But I didn't even do anything wrong. And even if I did, it wasn't my fault. I was provoked into it. Nobody can blame me for this.
Oh, I think there's plenty of blame that you can take for this. Although you should know something. I know that you asked my parents for some help getting your career off the ground. I know that you were going to try and use our wedding to launch yourself online. But after your performance, well, even an amateur like me could tell you're no good.
How can you say that? What is the matter with you?
I mean that you have a long, long way to go if you think you're going to try and make a living with your voice. But more than that, I just don't think I've ever met anyone as outrageous as you. And honestly, right now, I can only think about how lucky I am that we haven't actually been married yet. Oh, right. And I should let you know one more thing. A friend of mine recorded you and Andrea singing one after the other.
But what does that have to do with any of what you just said now?
Well, the thing is that friend has already uploaded the clip online, and, well, it's already doing numbers and getting lots and lots of views.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? You're not serious? Please tell me that isn't going viral right now.
Oh, it's going more than viral. It's already one of the top trending videos on the internet right now. But man, some of those comments are really, really mean. Especially from other people who appear to be making a living as online singers. Man, this seems like a really cutthroat industry.
I don't believe it. My whole career is over before it even had the chance to really take off. How did this happen? I don't understand.
You know, when you first told me that you wanted to be a singer in the way that my sister was, I almost had half a mind to tell you who Andrea really was. But then I remembered how private she is, and that if she really wanted you to know, she would have told you herself. And now I'm glad that I didn't, because I bet that you would have tried to curry up to her and play nice. But now that the truth is out, I'm just so grateful that you and I aren't married.
But then, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen to us? Please, you're not just going to leave me, are you?
Of course I am. This wedding is over and I want to break up with you. I never ever want you to come near me or my family ever again.
Wait, no, please, you can't do this to me. You can't just end our engagement like this. It isn't fair. I didn't want things to go this way.
I can't say that I blame you. After all, I know that you were going to try and use me to take care of all the debt that you have. Isn't that right?
But how did you hear about that? I never told you about any of my debt issues.
Let's call it a lucky guess. I know that one of the things that makes me so attracted to women like you is my salary. But now that you're basically all but admitted it with that message, I know that you really were just after my money.
What are you talking about, Dan? I didn't just want to be with you for your money. There were so many other reasons as well. You have to believe me.
Why? Why should I believe any words that you send to me right now? Especially after the way that you treated my little sister. In case you haven't been able to figure this out yet, I care very, very deeply for Andrea. And she is one of the hardest working people that I know. I know that on the outside, she might seem quite introverted and like she keeps to herself. But it's only because she's all keeping herself so busy. But you had no interest at all in the rest of my family. You were just interested in me and what my money could do for you.
But this isn't fair. How was I supposed to know how close you and your sister are? I had no way of knowing that.
I don't care what excuse you have for yourself. You just shouldn't be treating people like that, period. Got it? You really need to realize the world is so much bigger than you and that nothing revolves around what you want.
You're right, Dan. You're right about everything. I realize the mistakes that I've made. And you have to forgive me now. I'm so sorry for everything.
And you think that's really just going to make all the horrible things that you said and did go away? You still just don't understand, do you?
What do you mean by that? What don't I understand? I just said that I was sorry, didn't I? Why isn't that enough to fix all of this?
You hurt someone that I care deeply about. And for that, I am never ever going to forgive you. Do you get that? I never even want to see you again. And if I catch you near my family, there's going to be serious hell to pay.
Wait, no. Please don't do this to me, Dan. It was all a mistake, and I am so sorry for all that I did. Please, you have to forgive me for this. I'm begging you here. I mean, I already quit my job because I thought that you and I were going to end up together, and I'd never ever have to work another day in my life. Can't you at least give me a little money or something?
You really think that I'm going to give you a single cent after the way you've been acting? And I don't care if you did quit your job. I told you that you should hold on to it until your singing career took off, but you refused to listen to me.
Please, I am so sorry. I never knew that things were going to turn out like this. Surely you can understand that, right?
Just save it. You're embarrassing yourself right now. Don't you get that? Nothing you say is going to change my mind about any of this. You say that you don't have any money? Well, it sounds to me like you better find a job soon. I was just talking to your parents, and they agreed to make you pay for all of the wedding plans.
Hold on a second. They can't do that. You said that you were going to pay for everything. You can't just go back on your word like that.
I'm not going back on my word. I was ready to pay for everything when I still thought we could work this out. But now that I know you were lying to me about who you really were, I don't think of this as going back on anything. After all, you were the one lying to me about your true nature to begin with.
Please don't make me pay for this. You know that I don't have any money and I'll never be able to afford it. I'll apologize to everyone. Just please don't do this to me. After that, Clara's parents ended up taking her back with them so that she could live with them. They assured Dan that they would keep a very close eye on Clara, make her find a job, and keep her working at home until she paid off all of her debts, including for the wedding. Of course, I thought that this probably suited Clara more than she realized. As the embarrassing video of her and I singing spread across the internet, I was sure that Clara would never want to show her face in public again. After she moved back in with her parents, they made her sell all of the expensive makeup, bags, creams, and other expensive products that she'd been throwing away all of her money on. I hear that Clara's father found a job at her friend's factory and that Clara has been working there every day, non-stop, week in and week out. I'm sure she's still practicing her singing, but as we all saw, she still has a long way to go. As for Dan and I, Dan apologized profusely for me not realizing all the red flags around Clara until now. I told him that I wasn't upset about it and that if she had made him happy, that I wouldn't have minded. But I told him to be just a little more careful with who he proposes to next time. As for me, I have a new single releasing on my channel soon. I am a bit nervous because my subscribers exploded after the video of Clara and I went viral. I have a lot of new fans and I don't want to let them down. Earlier in my career, I really had tried to keep a low profile and only sing to my not small, but not huge online audience. With all this new attention, however, I've been approached by a few record labels offering me contracts for my songs. I turned most of those down as I wasn't quite ready to step into the big leagues. But in addition to releasing my new single, I went around to some local venues, introduced myself, and explained who I was to the event managers, and arranged a few live performances. I really used to not like performing in front of live audiences, but after performing at Clara's wedding for all her guests and online views, I figured that I've really got nothing to lose at this point. I just hope the lives go well.
Hey there. Sorry to text you out of the blue, but I just wanted to make sure that I had the right number to be talking to Carly. Is this her?
Oh, yes, this is Carly, but do you mind if I ask who I'm texting and how you got this number in the first place?
Nice to meet you, Carly. I'm Troy, the father of the boy that your parents are setting you up with tomorrow. I just really wanted to apologize about all this. But anyways, I was looking over some of the information on you that my parents were telling me, and well, the weird thing is that I can't see any information on your dad at all, really.
Oh, I see. Well, I suppose that would make sense. After all, I don't really have a dad, so when my mom asked me to fill out that questionnaire about myself, I just left that section blank.
Whoa. Hold on a second there. Are you telling me that my son is supposed to go on a date tomorrow with a woman who was only raised by one parent?
Well, yes, I was only raised by my mom, if you must know, but is there some kind of a problem that you have with that or something? Besides, from what I understand, your wife and my mother are really good friends who go way back together. In fact, wasn't it those two who arranged for us to have this date in the first place?
Oh, come on. Don't stay with me about that. I really can't believe that my wife would do that. What was she thinking? But whatever. Now that I know, I don't want you to show up tomorrow.
Hold on just a second. What do you mean by that? Are you really saying that you want to cancel everything? I don't understand where this is coming from.
Do you really not get it? You really don't see why I would want to cancel this and save my son the trouble of meeting you? Well, what else could I expect from a girl only raised by her mother? You really think that I'm going to let my son go on a date with someone like you? You think that you're even good enough to be with my son? Huh?
I really don't understand where any of this is coming from at all, but if your wife and my mom arranged it, then your wife had to know the conditions surrounding my upbringing, right?
I don't want to hear whatever dumb excuse you've come up with to try and convince yourself that you're good enough to go on a date with my son. It just isn't going to work. So don't even bother showing up tomorrow. Got it? You really have some nerve. Do you know that? I thought I told you that I didn't want you to show up to my house tomorrow. What part about that wasn't I clear about? You should have never come here. What's the matter with you? You're nothing but trash. Do you know that? I never ever want to see you around here again.
Okay, I have had just about enough of this. You are a grown man, and this is honestly ridiculous. Your wife and my mom worked hard to try and arrange it so that I could come over and discuss starting to go out with your son. But the moment I walked in the door, you literally punched me in the face and then started screaming at me while I was on the floor to leave your house and never come back.
Well, what other choice did you leave me? Here I thought I had gotten rid of you, and then all of a sudden you appear on my doorstep about to walk into my house as if you own the place or something like that.
What in the world are you talking about? I was literally invited to your house. Your wife told my mom and I to come over. You punched me.
I guess a dumb girl like you just isn't able to understand what I'm trying to tell you, huh? But you sure have some nerve disobeying me after what I told you yesterday. So if you're so upset about getting punched in the face, then maybe you should smarten up and learn to listen when a man tells you not to step foot inside his home. In fact, I have half a mind to sue you and your mother for trespassing. So what do you think about that, huh?
Are you kidding me? You really think that you're going to be able to get away with something like that? You really think that you're going to be able to spin this around and make it out so that my mom and I are the bad guys here? You really are delusional. Do you know that?
Shut up! I'm sick and tired of having to exchange these stupid messages with you. You really thought that I was ever going to let a woman as low as you, who was only raised by her mother, anywhere near my boy? You must know that my family comes from a long line of bankers, and I'm not about to let your crappy genes ruin our highly curated pool.
Well, okay then, I guess that just means that I'll have to take all of my millions to another bank then, won't I?
What in the world are you talking about? Your millions? Your millions of what? You don't know what wealth is. You wouldn't know what wealth is if it punched you in the face. Which it did.
Hey, Carly, are you okay? I can't believe that you got hit in the face like this. How could he have done that to you? Are you okay? Did you put some ice on it? Hey, Mom, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. There was some swelling, but I think it's finally starting to go down just a little bit. It's not a huge deal. Oh, that is just such a relief to hear. I am so happy that you're okay. I really just can't help but feel like this is all my fault somehow. I really am so sorry this happened to you. I don't know what I was thinking taking you with me to the house after the way that he was talking to you. I'm just glad that you're all right, though. Mom, please, you have nothing to apologize about at all. I mean, you weren't the one who hit me in the face, and you had no way of knowing that Troy would even act like that. You didn't do anything wrong at all, and I don't want you to feel bad about things that aren't your fault, okay? So please, don't apologize to me over this. Well, okay then. I suppose that does make sense, but you're my daughter, and I just feel so bad that something like this happened to you. It's just so horrible. I know. I mean, I really didn't think that he was going to do that. Even yesterday, when he was telling me not to show up today, I didn't think that he'd act like this. But then when he saw you and I walking up his driveway, he practically flew out the door, shouted for us to go home, and socked me right in the face. I thought something might have been up with him when he was sending me those awful texts yesterday, but I didn't think he would be the kind of person to do something like this. But anyways, did you manage to talk to his wife about this at all? I have to imagine that she must have been pretty shaken up about all of this as well, right? Yes, she was a bit shaken up, just like I was, but it's okay. We both calmed down and talked about it, and then I had to go back and make a phone call to the bank. I told Linda, Troy's wife, that I was afraid that I had to do what needed to be done, and I wasn't going to stand and let her husband insult and assault my daughter. So I just want you to know that I stuck up for you and told Linda that what happened today was absolutely unacceptable and that I was going to do what needed to be done. Wow, and you were all calm during that talk with Linda? After all, I know how frightening you can get when you're angry, you know. Me? Frightening? Well, I am sure that I have no idea what you're talking about. I am nothing but lovely all of the time, right? I don't know, Mom. I've seen you get pretty mad a few times in my day, and I have to say that you really can be quite frightening. Do you know that? Well, sure, I know that when you were little and I was raising you, there were certainly times when I needed to raise my voice with you, and I'm sure you must have thought I was terrifying then. But you also know that it wasn't easy for me to raise you all on my own, after all. It was only me figuring out how to be a parent all on my own. But I just want you to know that I am so proud of how you turned out, and I don't think you should ever let anyone talk to you the way Troy did. I know that, Mom. In fact, the only reason that I do know all of that is because of the way that you raised me, so thank you so much for doing it right. I just want you to know that I'm not going to take this lying down either. I'm going to put Troy in his place. Oh, I'm sure that you will. I have no doubt in my mind that you'll do just that. Knowing you, I am sure that Troy is in for the thrashing of a lifetime. After all, if I really do get scary when I get mad, then I'm sure that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Hey there, Troy. Do you have a moment to talk to me about something? I actually just wanted to pick your brain for a little financial advice. You see, my mom and I just recently closed our old bank account, and we're looking to open a new one. We were just wondering if you knew of any good banks to recommend?
Well, well, well. How did I know that I hadn't seen the last of the trashy girl trying to worm her way into my family? You really are clueless. Do you know that? I mean, don't you know anything about banking? You have to run to the guy who punched you to ask for help? Oh, what am I thinking? You were raised by a single mother. You two probably don't even have 5 cents between you both. But you really think you can just talk to me as if you're one of my clients? I know that you're up to something, but your little tricks aren't going to work on me. I'm not some ordinary run-of-the-mill bank teller who you can just go and tell some sob story to and expect me to jump at whatever you ask.
You really don't think that my mom and I have any money at all. Why? What makes you think that? Why would we even have a bank account in the first place if we didn't have money?
And just how does some loser like you get money? You have some lame little job that makes you feel good about yourself or something like that? You really are just pathetic. Do you know that?
Well, I have a job that actually features a lot of writing, if you want to know. Although I'm not sure why you're so set on trying to say things that will upset me.
And you're telling me that you actually make a living off of your writing? Somehow I seriously doubt that. You probably barely even make enough money to get by. You really shouldn't even be having a bank account. People like you aren't good enough to even engage with my profession. Honestly, what we do is like a public service for ignorant little peons like yourself.
Right. Well, okay then. That's why I'll do just like you're recommending and close my bank account.
Yeah, you do that. Then you go and stuff all your cash under your mattress and wait for someone to rob your house and leave you penniless. What do you think about that? Huh? Well, I really just don't know what to say. Although, I have to admit that you did get me. Here I thought you were doing some business with another bank, but looking over our customers' reports, it seems like you really did have an account with us that you ended up closing. So all I have to say is thank you for closing a useless account that you opened with us. You're only making our lives easier by giving us one less thing to worry about now.
You really think that my bank account is useless? You thought that it didn't add any value at all to your bank? Troy, I'm afraid if that's really what you think, then you are not even half the banker that you seem to think you are. But don't worry, you're still just as stupid as I've always thought.
Excuse me? What did you just call me? Just who in the world do you think you are to talk to me like that, huh? What do you know about my job or my world, huh? You think that some poor little nobody from a single-parent home can get away with talking to me? An elite banker like that and get away with it? You must be out of your mind!
I'm afraid that the only person out of their minds here is the one being incredibly rude to a now former client of his. Is this really how you conduct your business?
You think that I have any business with you? You really need a wake-up call if you think that some nobody like you is even half as valuable as some of our top clients that we work with. Don't go thinking that you're all important to anyone or for anything. You're nothing. You're a speck, a statistic, and that's it. You, your family, and your entire existence is just meaningless.
Are you really telling me that I need a wake-up call to reality? That is really, really rich coming from you. But maybe your mind is just starting to slow down in your old age. Or maybe it's your eyesight that's starting to wither away. You know, if you'd like, I can help you find a good optometrist who works well with the elderly.
Okay, you little brat. You keep running your mouth and see what happens. You're only saying all of this because you're hiding behind a screen right now. But if you were here, you wouldn't be saying one word of any of this.
You say that, and yet you really don't seem to understand the damage that you've single-handedly caused to your company. I mean, I suppose you will eventually, though. As for me, I'm just glad that I chose not to leave my $30 million sitting in a bank with such an irresponsible banker. So thank you so much for making it clear to me that banking with you was not a smart option at all. You've made the decision to close my account very simple.
What in the world are you even talking about? You really are crazy if you think that some idiot poor, stupid, fat, stinky, no good, low down, worthless, scummy woman like you has anywhere close to $30 million.
I'm curious then, Troy. You don't exactly strike me as the intellectual type, so I'm not sure if you read, but have you heard of the author that just goes by the name Iris?
And now you go and change the subject when you realize that I've got you cornered and called you out on your lie. Is this how you were raised? To lie and then jump from topic to topic to avoid getting caught up? And yes, of course I've heard of Iris. She's famous all over the world. She's a best-selling author in every country. She's a huge deal. You really think I wouldn't know about her?
Ah, okay. Perhaps you're not as uncultured as I thought you were at first, then. It's good to know that you've actually heard of Iris.
Of course I've heard of Iris. The only way that someone might not have heard of her is if they were illiterate or living under a rock. Which begs the question how a stupid girl like you even knows about Iris.
Ah, well, you see, there is actually a rather simple reason for that. The reason why I know who Iris is because she is me.
Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean? Now I know that you really are just some crazy poor lady. I knew I was right to keep you away from my son. You're just after our money.
You really have no idea what you're talking about at all right now, Troy. After all, you remember me telling you that I had a job in writing, right? That's not all that I've done, though. About 6 months ago, I won the Nobel Prize in Literature and have been rather busy on a book signing tour all across the country and even a few others as well. That's how I ended up with $30 million that I used to hold at your bank.
Oh, come on. Do you really think I'm so stupid as to fall for such an obvious lie? You probably haven't even read any of her books. You probably just heard about her doing all of that on TV and thought you would try and steal her name and impersonate her. Isn't that right? Do you hate being from a single-parent home so much that you have to go around and pretend to be someone that you're not just to feel okay about yourself?
I really do think that you might want to take a second closer to look at those customer reports that you were mentioning to me earlier, Troy.
Okay, so I tried doing what you said, although I don't know why. I looked at your customer report again and saw that you put down your occupation as an author. But so what? Do you think that even means anything to me? It certainly isn't enough proof to show that you were Iris like you've been claiming to be. You're probably just some hack write who calls herself an author. But really, you just write repetitive stories for some webtoon series on YouTube or something like that. You think that anyone actually watches what you write? You think you can even call yourself an author with a job like that?
I really have no idea where you even got the idea that that's what I did for a living, but you could not be more wrong. Of course, if you don't want to believe me, then I suppose that really is a you problem. It doesn't really affect me either way, and it won't change how this all shakes out.
How this all shakes out? What is that supposed to mean? Do you really think that someone like you is even going to be able to touch an elite banker such as myself? You're a nobody. A loser.
It's a bit odd being called a loser by the banker who just lost his employer some $30 million. Are you sure you want to throw names around like that?
You're a moron. Do you know that? I mean, do you have any idea how a bank even works? You think you can just put in an order to move around a sum like $30 million and the bank will just make it happen right away? You think that just because 3 days has passed that everything has been taken care of? I don't care who you are. The bank system is not about to let huge numbers like that be moved around without a bit more scrutiny. I mean, what? You think that banks are just going to take the money of millionaires and billionaires, make them their most important client, and then enact policies that favor them over the average account holder? I don't know what world you're living in, but banks are the most moral institution in this entire country. So don't talk as if you know what you're talking about. But I don't even know why I'm bothering to explain to you at all how banks work and don't work. Because the fact of the matter is that you may be an author, but there's no way in hell that someone like you has ever had anything approaching $30 million.
Well, you should know that my mother called the bank not moments after you had punched me in the face. She said that she wanted to remove the money from her account and that she would hold on to it for a while. And in the end, we decided that we were going to be taking our business elsewhere, so she asked me to look into finding a new bank to hold on to our money. After all, not only did you, a banker with the bank that we used to bank with, insult me, but you insulted my mother and the work that she put into raising us. And on top of all of that, despite the fact that I was invited to your home by your wife, who was arranging a date for your son and I, you had the gall to assault me.
Wait a second. So then, you're saying that you moved the money out even earlier? And that there really has been $30 million this entire time?
I mean, it's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time. You said you were too smart to fall for a lie like that, but you're actually just too stupid to look the truth in the face.
Oh, come on. There's still just no way that that's true at all. I mean, I just refuse to believe that you ever had anything close to $30 million ever in your entire life. You really need to work on your lying. Because if you are starting with something so outrageous, no one is ever going to believe a single word that you have to say.
Tisk tisk, I guess I really did expect too much from you. I mean, you go on and on and on and on about how much an elite bank you are, but you let this huge thing fall right off your radar. I guess you were just so focused on the fact that I was raised by just my mother that you let that blind you to everything else that you should have been paying attention to this whole time. But I suppose this is what you get for thinking so highly of yourself and looking down on people just because of the conditions of their birth. Something they have no power to control at all.
Oh, just shut up already. I am so sick and tired of you going on and on and on and on and on about all your life's problems. I don't care. So what? So you closed the bank account. Big deal. I don't see how any of this can be tied back to me at all.
Oh, trust me, there is plenty to tie this all back to you, and you are going to be in lots of trouble when your higher-up realizes the mistake you've made.
What are you talking about? Why in the world would my higher-ups care at all about why some nobody closed a bank account? Like I said, you need to stop presuming so much about how banks work. You have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Actually, if you must know, my mom and I were asked by the bank about why we were closing our account with them. I told them I would only tell our reason to whoever was in charge of supervising you. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if your bosses at the bank were all having a meeting right now discussing what should be done about you for all the damage that your ignorant attitude has caused. I mean, after all, why would they bother to keep an employee who was so rude to one of the bank customers that you pushed them into closing their $30 million bank account?
You really are delusional. You know that? You think you're something special? You're nothing. You're nobody. You were just raised by your mother, and that means you'll never ever accomplish anything. Do you understand that? Our bank doesn't need people like you.
Oh, I'm afraid that's where you are very, 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 very wrong. You see, your bank does need people like me, but who they don't need at all is people like you. But your career has been all but over since my mom made her call to the bank. You go on and on about how elite you are, but I think you just use that as an excuse to look down on others. I mean, you couldn't even do the research to realize who it was that your wife was proposing your son go out with. And you do realize that the pretext for us going out would have been marriage, right? Well, anyways, the least you can do is be a good banker now and go down honorably. It's over for you. Get it?
No! You're lying to me, and I know you are. There's no way at all that some nobody like you and her poor stupid mother could take me down. I don't believe you, and nothing you say is ever going to change my mind. Do you understand me? You have finally taken this whole stupid game of yours way too far. I mean, really? What are you trying to do with this, huh? What's the big idea? Did you really file a formal complaint about me at my bank? You need to go and rescind that right now. Got it?
I'm sorry, but I feel like I was victimized by you in your capacity as an employee at the bank where you work at. So I think I'm well within my rights to file a complaint. And of course, you should also know that I've filed a report with the police about assaulting me as well, so you have that to look forward to as well.
I don't believe this. You really don't know who you're messing with, do you? In all my years working as a banker, I have never once had a complaint filed against me. Do you understand? Now, you're going to call the bank, ask for my supervisor, and tell her the truth. You're going to tell her that you made the whole story up and that none of it is true at all. And then you're going to show up at my bank and apologize.
You really still don't understand your standing in all of this, do you? You don't have any right to be ordering me around right now.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I'm sick and tired of having to be talked to like this from a little nobody like you. Just call the bank and tell them that you don't want to file a complaint against me anymore.
But I don't understand. Why in the world would I go and do something like that then when I want to file a complaint against you? And just who are you to try and tell me what I can and can't do?
Who do I think I am? I think I'm the elite banker talking to some poor, stupid little nobody who was only raised with one parent. No wonder you don't have any manners. You never had a father around to discipline you when you misbehaved. But I can't blame a man for wanting to run away from someone like your mom. I mean, if you're anything like her at all, and given that she was the only one who raised you, I can't see who else you'd resemble. Then your dad was justified in leaving you both. And now look at you. You're going around lying about who you are and how much money you have. All that so you can try and target and bully and harass a poor father who just wanted to protect his son from a gold digger like you?
Wow, you really don't know what you're talking about at all. You do know that my mom attended the same private school as your wife, right? That's where they met, after all. My family isn't poor at all, and my mom comes from quite a bit of money and power, if you must know. Sure, she had some trouble raising me from time to time, but we were never living on the edge. But if you have something to say about how my mom was raised and brought up, then you might want to think about what you're saying about your own wife as well.
Oh, come on. There you go again, just spouting out horrible lies to try and distract me from the topic at hand. There is no way that your mother and my wife went to the same school. It's just impossible. I refuse to believe it, and nothing you say is ever going to change my mind.
You know, you keep going on and on about how you think my mom and I are lowlifes who are poor and stupid and worthless to you. But now I have to wonder if the years aren't starting to affect your memory.
Oh, shut up about my age already. You're such a brat. Do you know that? I'll have you know that I'm working as good as I did when I was younger, and I don't have anything wrong with me at all.
Well, I guess if you say so, but the fact of the matter is that your wife and my mom are friends, right? I mean, did you not realize that my mom was there at your wedding? And when my grandpa died, your wife attended his funeral to be there for my mom as well. I'm sure you have no idea about any of this, though. But I'll have you know that your wife is someone very special in both my mom and my life as well. She did so much to help my mom raise me, and she really is like an aunt to me.
Now I know for a fact that you're lying. Do you really think that my wife would ever care about nobodies like you? I don't know how your mom and my wife met, but I'm sure that your mom lied about herself as well. But unlike my wife, I'm not stupid enough to let some poor woman's sob story about her life blind me to the truth. I can see right through the both of you.
If you really think that, then you are just an idiot, Troy. If you really think that your wife is going to sit there and do nothing after she saw you punch me in the face just for stepping onto your property, then you really must not know her at all. I mean, I know for a fact that your wife is the kind of person to put family before anything, and I know how excited my mom and your wife were for the chance that their children might end up married and become a family. But I also knew all about you even before you reached out to me. Your wife told me all about how you have a horrible temper, and she's even showed me the marks that you've left on her when your temper got the best of you and you go after your own wife.
Shut up already! I am sick and tired of having to read message after message of lies and slander and nonsense. What happens between a man and his wife should stay between them. I don't need interlopers telling me how I should be setting my wife on straight. But you wouldn't know anything about what a strong male presence in the house looks like. If you had, then you would know that it's a man's job in the house to keep women in line.
Wow, is that really what you think a man should be to his family? Just some authoritarian rule enforcer? All this time, I wondered why your wife has stayed with you this long. I know she's dedicated to her son, but I wondered why you. Well, now I can guess that it was probably more out of fear than anything. That's clearly your weapon of choice when it comes to manipulating your family, but that's not okay. You are nothing but an abuser. You're worse than the worst person I have ever met, and for what you've done to me, my mother, and your own wife, I am going to make sure that you pay.
You better just keep out of my family affairs if you know what's good for you. Or else, I won't be afraid to put you back in your place again. I was holding back last time, but I won't this time.
You keep telling me to butt out of your family's business as if it has nothing to do with me. But I've told you how close your wife is to my family. She's like an aunt to me. It wasn't just my mom who raised me, you know. Your wife was there every step of the way as well. She raised me with the same love and care that I'm sure she gave your son. She was the only one there for my mom when my dad ran away. Well, that and my mom's vast estate and wealth, of course. But now that I can finally help return the favor of all that your wife has done for my family, I am not going to let you get away with this. You are going to pay for this, Troy.
You keep saying you're not going to let me get away with this and that you're going to make me pay. But you can't do anything to me at all. You're a nobody. You're not a famous author. You don't come from money. And I'm going to see you buried by the time I'm done with you. Hey! You've got some nerve letting your daughter talk to me the way that she has been. Do you have any idea the kind of disrespect that Carly has been showing someone of my stature? This is all your fault. You should have raised her better.
Ah, Troy, I was wondering when I was going to hear from you. You sure have a way with words, do you know that? But I think you might need to find something new to write about. Your grudge against my daughter is really not a good look, you know.
Oh, shut up already, you old hag. Don't you start disrespecting me now, too. I'll see you and your daughter ruined forever. You don't get to talk to me like that. Don't you know who I am?
Oh, I know exactly who you are. You are a banker at the very end of your career, about to be fired because of your abusive comments you make towards your clients. But I do wish you all the best with your job hunt. After all that you've put Carly and I through, I hope that you don't think your current bank is going to give you any kind of recommendation anywhere.
What is that supposed to mean? You have no idea what you're talking about. You think I'm going to lose my job for handling some garbage like they ought to be?
Well, that certainly was the impression that I got when I talked to your supervisor a while ago, if you must know.
I know that you put your daughter up to this little business about the $30 million. There's no way that a girl as stupid as her, who was raised by you, could think of that.
I'm afraid you're dead wrong about that. I didn't tell my daughter to tell you anything, and as for the $30 million, well, all of that was true. Have you really not even checked around with other bankers to confirm what she was talking about? You go on and on about what an elite banker you are, and yet you haven't even done the bare minimum of making sure what you're saying is true.
Why would I bother checking anything when I know that you and your daughter are nothing but a couple of liars, huh? You think you can order me around and send me running around in circles? Well, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, Troy, I just really don't know what to do with you at all if you're going to be acting this way. I mean, you can't say that Carly and I haven't been trying to warn you about the consequences of your actions this whole time. But if you're really too arrogant or lazy to do the bare minimum of due diligence, then I suppose you'll just wait to see the consequences of your actions on your own. And if the only reason that you're messaging me right now is to hurl insults at my daughter and I, then I don't think I have anything left to say to you. And so, in the end, Troy's life became an illustrative example of how one gets hoisted with his own petard. Troy was so angry and sure that he was right about his assumptions that he couldn't even recognize the scenery changing around him. His wife finally left him, saying that she was absolutely appalled at the way he assaulted a girl she had known for half her life. I had known that she was married when I was little, but I also understood that Troy had little interest in things that didn't directly concern him. Later on, Troy was served notice from the bank that he was being fired for abusing clients and not doing his job properly. After that, he was arrested by the police and taken in because he hit me. He was forced to pay out a huge amount of money to me and is currently spending time in jail for his crimes. After all that happened, Troy's wife finally introduced me to her son. The very first thing he did was apologize about how his father had acted and said that he'd always wanted to stand up to his father, and that he was so impressed by me. I was also blown away by how charming and well-spoken he was, nothing like his father. We have our first date together this weekend. Thankfully, the bruising on my face from where Troy punched me is light enough to be covered with makeup. Sarah, are you there? It's been so long since you and I have last talked. I really had no idea that I'd ever run into you like that, though. I mean, seriously, what a small world. And is that guy really your fiancé? Because I thought you were lying to me at first. Hello there, Mandy. Yes, I agree. I never thought I'd ever run into you ever again. But tell me, why was that guy actually with you? Did you hire someone to act as your boyfriend just while you were back here visiting family? Oh man, that really is just too sad. Do you know that? You didn't have to go that far just to trick us all back home. Mandy, I am going to stop you right there because that isn't what's going on at all. In fact, one of the whole reasons that I'm even back here to visit in the first place is to show my fiancé where I grew up. Well, sure, you can say whatever you'd like. I guess it doesn't really make a difference to me, but I guess I can consider myself pretty lucky then. You really think so? To be honest, I had no idea that you were wanting to see me so badly. Oh, no, I'm not talking about you. I don't care that I've run into you at all. I'm just so happy that you introduced me to that handsome man of yours. If you're not careful, I might just have to steal him away from you. Excuse me? You did not just actually send that message, did you? Why would you say something like that? Oh, come on. Do you have any idea how hard it is living in this tiny little town? I can't find a single guy worth marrying. The only guys around here all have their futures here too, and I want more than that. I want my true love to come and whisk me away. Your true love? And I take it that you mean Gabriel by that? Look, I get that you're excited to meet my fiancé and all, but please don't call him your soulmate. I mean, you do know that he and I are engaged, right? Well, of course I know that, but I'm just saying that I really feel that Gabriel and I are just bound to be together. Besides, anyone can tell that I'm clearly cuter than you. So anyways, now that we've already all swapped numbers, I think I'll take matters into my own hands. Hold on, what? When did we all swap numbers? I don't remember Gabe ever giving you his number. Oh yes, we did it while you were looking away actually, but then again, you were always pretty bad at paying attention. I've always been... Mandy, I'm sorry, but what do you know about me? I haven't lived here since I was in elementary school. I get that we used to be classmates and all, but a lot has changed over the years. I don't even know how you got my phone number to begin with, but if this is what you're going to use it for, then please leave me alone. There you go again, too dull to even pick up on what's really going on around here. You really haven't changed at all, and I will make your man all mine. After all, it's always been my dream to marry super rich and never have to work again. Marry rich? Is that what all of this is about? Well, of course. I mean, when I found out that you were dating a doctor, you have no idea how lucky I felt. And is Gabe really the son of the hospital director, too? I really have no idea how a nitwit like you got such good taste, but what can I say except you sure know how to pick 'em. Mandy, I really have no idea what you're talking about at all right now. Well, that's fine. I don't really expect someone like you to know what's going on around her. Oh, maybe it's just that you just pretend to play dumb because you think people will pick on you less if they feel bad for you. I know you were talking about inviting me to your wedding, but at this rate, it might just be me inviting you to my wedding. I didn't even ever say that I was going to be inviting you to my wedding, though. And for the record, I wasn't going to invite you anyways. You think I really care what someone like you has to say to me? I just know that I will take Gabriel from you and I will have my true love. I really just don't even know what to say to that, but whatever. It's your life. Do what you want.
Hey Sarah, you there? I'm really sorry to do this, but I think that I'm going to have to cancel our date tonight. Something came up that I just have to do, and I'm not going to make it tonight.
Again, Gabe, come on. Where are all of these sudden errands even coming from? This is the 4th time in 2 months now.
I know, and I really am sorry about all this, but I'm just super busy right now. I've got a lot going on. You can understand that, right?
I get that people can get busy, of course, but at this rate, we're not going to make any progress on our wedding plans. By the way, do you remember that old friend of mine that we bumped into at the store?
What? An old friend of yours? Did we bump into someone? I really don't remember.
You remember, the kind of tall, pretty girl at the store. Do you really not remember her at all?
Oh, right, yeah. I think I just remembered who you're talking about. You and Mandy must still be pretty close, right? You guys talked for quite a while.
So you don't remember meeting this girl, but you remember her name? I just brought her up because she mentioned grabbing your number from you.
Oh, yeah. I guess she did do that too now that you mention it.
Okay, so that did happen then. If that's the case, I want to ask you to please not say anything to her, okay? She's just a liar and nothing good is going to come out of interacting with her. I'm telling you now so that you don't get yourself into a mess just because you might have had good intentions, okay?
Whoa, what is all of this even about? She just asked for my number and I gave it to her. I really don't like the feeling that I'm being suspected of doing something wrong.
I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to put any kind of doubt on you at all. This really is just a warning, I promise. What I want more than anything right now, though, is to be able to talk more about our wedding plans. So just take care of yourself and let's try and reschedule something soon so that we can talk.
Yeah, of course. That's no problem at all. You really are such a worrywart, do you know that? But everything is going to be just fine.
I really do hope that's true. By the way, how is the job hunt going? Any news on that front?
Job hunt? What do you mean by that? Why would I be hunting for a job right now?
What do you mean, why? You need a job so that we can earn money so that we can live.
But my dad runs the hospital. Why work when he's just going to give me money whenever I ask him for some? We're going to be fine.
Hold on a second, where is this coming from all of a sudden? I thought that you were out looking for a job.
I mean, it's not like I'm not going to work, but it's just going to come later. For now, I just want to get through the wedding, and when things settle down after that, I'll look more seriously.
But we don't even have a date set for the wedding. How can you say that we're too busy with wedding prep when there's none being done? And anytime we do try to arrange a meeting to talk more about it, you always come up with some last-minute excuse to get out of it.
Oh shoot, look at the time. I'm already going to be late for my things. I really got to go now. Let's take a rain check on the date and reschedule soon.
Fine. Hey there, Sarah. I just wanted to extend to you a special invitation to my wedding. I just know that you want to be there, don't you? You will come, right? Oh, no, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. But congrats on getting engaged, I guess. Well, I just thought that you might be interested in knowing that I'm engaged to the son of a certain hospital director. Not only that, but we're going to be having our wedding in Hawaii. I know that you don't want to miss that, right? Since I'm taking all this effort just to especially invite you, you have to come. Hold on a second. Did you just send a message saying that you were engaged to the son of a hospital director? What did you mean by that? Oh, I'm afraid it's exactly what you're thinking, but the best part is that all of this happened right under your own nose. You didn't even notice that I'd stolen your fiancé away from you. You really are a dim girl, and this proves it. So then, you're really saying that you and Gabe are going to be getting married? You had an affair with my fiancé, and my fiancé cheated on me? That's right. How does it feel to have your fiancé stolen away by a childhood friend? I know I was a genius, but I really have outdone myself now. Genius? And just what are you talking about there? I mean that I'm just the smartest, hottest woman that I know. And now that I've stolen Gabe from you, this just proves it. I wouldn't be so sure about that. You might be jumping the gun just a little there. I mean, do you really think that you're going to get away with this? Get away with this? Well, now I'm the confused one because I've already gotten away with it. We have our wedding planned and everything, and I'm not going to be giving him back to you. You'll just have to go out and find some other boy to be with because Gabe is all mine. That's not what I'm talking about, actually. You're just jealous. Jealous that I've stolen your boyfriend from you and that now we're going to be getting married in Hawaii and I'm going to be the wife of a hospital director and you're not. But at least you can be grateful to me that I was kind enough to extend my fiancé's ex an invitation to his wedding. Again, that really isn't what I'm talking about at all. I just mean, how are you two even going to have this marriage of yours? What do you mean, how are we going to get married? I already told you you can't change this. Besides, I'm pregnant with Gabe's baby. You're kidding me. Are you really pregnant with his kid? That's right, which means that he's locked in and he'll never, ever be able to get rid of me now. So our Hawaii wedding is going to happen and there isn't a thing you can do to stop it. So don't you start crying about how I've bested you, got it? Bested me? You really think you've gotten one up on me by doing this? Well, of course I have. I stole your fiancé and now we're getting married in Hawaii. Aren't you devastated that I've done this to you? Mandy, I really don't know what else to say except that you need to wake up and face reality. You really are in no position to try and be bragging to me about this. Does Gabe know that you're pregnant? Have you told him that yet? I was actually going to wait for it to be a surprise on our wedding day, if you must know. I just know that he'll be so happy to know that he's going to be a father. I can't wait to see the look on his face when I tell him. I'm so happy that you and I ran into each other. You were holding on to a good man like Gabe just for someone like me to come along and make him all mine, weren't you? But don't worry, I knew that I could make a man out of Gabe more than you could. And now I'm going to make a father out of him as well. And on top of that, I'll get to have a dream wedding in Hawaii. Right, well, good luck with that. You have my condolences. Condolences? What's that supposed to mean? I mean that I feel really bad for you, and that's a phrase used to express that, so good luck with all of that. Hold on a second, I still don't get what you're trying to tell me. I mean, I just stole your rich fiancé from you. You shouldn't be feeling bad for me. Your own fiancé left you for me, and now you're telling me that you're sorry that happened? This doesn't make any sense. I don't know what game you're trying to get at, but it isn't going to work. Well, I only say that because he's not going to be taking over the hospital. Gabe isn't, that is, and that has nothing to do with our marriage. He was just never in line to take it over. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're just trying to talk bad about Gabe because you're jealous of the two of us. But I know that he's taking over after his dad. No, that is also wrong. He's not taking over after his dad. I'm taking over from my dad. What is that supposed to mean? I mean that you seem to have gotten a lot of little but important details very wrong about this. I'm telling you that I'm the child of the hospital director. Gabe has nothing to do with the hospital or medicine or anything like that, so I have no idea why you thought he was taking over. Wait, no, that can't be right. You're lying to me. That can't be true, and you've got to be lying to me. I don't know what to tell you. You can go on the hospital's website and look at the board of directors now. I'm sure you'll recognize my last name on the chief. And if you scroll down to the wider staff, I'm sure that you'll find my name there as well. Staff? So then, what are you, some kind of doctor or something too? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Well, yeah, that's basically exactly what I'm telling you. But, I mean, I don't get it. How can you be taking over the hospital and not Gabe? This doesn't make any sense to me at all. Gabe never said anything about you working at the hospital at all, and he always told me that he was in line to take it over. Are you telling me he lied? Well, he's not even a doctor, so I'm not sure what business he would have doing something like that. But just about everyone at the hospital knows him as the guy who is engaged to marry the daughter of the hospital director. and as being a guy with a big mouth, but everyone figured he's too dumb to cause any real harm, so they just let him run his mouth. But this... I had no idea that you were the daughter of the hospital director. You've got to be kidding me. This can't really be happening, right? You really just aren't seeming to get this one bit, are you? I mean, you've known me since I was little, but you didn't know that my dad was a doctor? I don't know. Maybe I did, and I just forgot. Well, I know that I tried to avoid you during our class reunions, so I guess if you didn't know then, you wouldn't have had any way of knowing he was promoted to hospital director. But that's the whole reason I moved away to begin with. We had to move so that my dad could be closer to his new office. So then, you're really next in line to take over the hospital after your dad does? That's what I'm trying to tell you, yes. But then, I don't understand. If you're the doctor taking over the hospital, then who the heck is Gabe? Well, I guess he's kind of like you now that I think about it. Me? What do you mean by that? What do you mean he's like me? You know, I warned him not to communicate with you. I had a suspicion that he would be the perfect mark for the antics I've heard that you pull. But you've got the wrong info, and you thought that it was Gabe who was in charge of the hospital. Or maybe he just lied to you, thinking he was getting himself into something good as well. But then, I don't get it. If he's not even next in line to take over the hospital, then he's just your fiancé? That's right. And if I'm being honest with you, I've been thinking of breaking up with him for a long, long time. That can't be right. You mean you've been looking for a way to get rid of Gabe this whole time anyways? That's right. And I was really nervous about how I was going to do it before we got married. I mean, it was obvious he was only marrying me for my money. So I guess I felt like I lucked out when I realized you had taken care of it all for me. What kind of way is that to talk about your fiancé to your old childhood friend? I'm sorry, but I never even really considered you a friend. We just happened to live near each other for a while. I thought that we were best friends, though. Really? Because the way you were treating me was not any way that I would want to be treated by a so-called friend. I don't even know what to say to you right now, but you should know that you aren't going to get away with this. But I have, and it's all thanks to you. You saved me from having a terrible life with a guy like Gabe. You stole my fiancé without realizing what you were doing and inadvertently did exactly what I had been trying to do for a long time. Now I can say that my fiancé was cheating on me and leave him with no problems whatsoever. So then, you used me? This was all part of your plan? I didn't do anything of the sort. It really was a coincidence running into you. But after that, I didn't have to lift a single finger before you got to work. And the bit about being pregnant is a real surprise to me. I mean, we only ran into each other a couple of months ago, so I have to wonder if the kid really is even Gabe's. What is that supposed to mean? How could you even ask that of me? I wasn't asking you. In fact, I really don't care either way, if you must know. But just don't be surprised if Gabe asks the same thing. Anyway, now that I've gotten all of that out of the way, it sounds like you and Gabe have plenty to talk about without me. So if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go back to enjoying the rest of my day. Have a nice life, Mandy. In the end, I heard that Gabe decided to stay with Mandy when he found out that she was pregnant with his baby. Of course, both sets of their parents were absolutely furious with them. Especially Gabe's for losing the engagement to the hospital director's daughter for some small-town woman with little prospects. And since neither Mandy nor Gabe were employed, it was like a ticking time bomb before things blew up. They both quickly began to fight with each other, and any affection that might have existed between the newlywed couple was quickly used up and disappeared. Gabe even tried reaching out to Sarah and begging for help. But she had already blocked both their numbers. As far as she was concerned, it was a mess the two of them had gotten into themselves, and one that they would need to get out of themselves. Sarah began dating another doctor in the hospital, and they were engaged for a few months. They're getting ready for the wedding as Sarah prepares to take over as hospital director. And she never ever saw Mandy and Gabe ever again. But she certainly hopes they're doing well together. Greg, where are you right now? I really, really, really need to talk to you. Please get back to me as soon as you get these messages, okay?
What do you want, Linda? Don't you know I'm busy right now? What's the matter with you bothering me like this? We've talked about this, haven't we?
I know we've talked about this, and I'm really sorry to be bothering you right now, but I wouldn't be unless it were an emergency. I got home today, and when I opened the door and walked into the house, I saw that my dad had collapsed. Apparently, he had fallen down the stairs and broke one of his legs. He couldn't move at all when I found him. He was saying that his hip was really hurting him as well when I finally managed to stand him back up.
Are you kidding me? This is what you wanted to talk to me about? You just wanted to tell me that your dad fell and might have just broken a bone or something?
What do you mean? What's with that reaction? Don't you get how serious this could have been?
Yeah, I mean, it could have just been serious if he'd hit his head or caused himself to bleed or something like that. But you're really bothering me just to say he broke some lame broken leg? Honestly, I'm just disappointed that your old geezer is even alive. You almost gave me a bit of hope there before you had to go and tear it away.
I don't understand. Are you serious? Is this really the best response you have for what I'm trying to tell you? Can't you please come home and help me out here? I've already called the ambulance, but I could really use you here, Greg.
Why would I waste my time going all the way back home when you've already called the ambulance? Sounds to me like you've already taken care of everything there, right? Besides, you know that I don't get home until 7:30 today, and don't think that just because your dad feels like that you can skip out on cooking me dinner tonight. And don't go making something simple that you just want reheated either. I want a nice dinner that was handmade that night, got it?
I don't even know what to say to you right now. How can you act like this after all that I've told you? I just don't understand it. You used to be so much more laid back and understanding. What happened to you, Greg?
You really are a pain in the ass, do you know that? Why are you always nagging on me like that?
Look, I just really need to be with my dad right now, and I'm going to be with him at the hospital. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to figure something out to have for dinner on your own tonight.
Are you kidding me? Just who do you think you are trying to pull something like this on me, huh? Man, you're such a lazy cow, do you know that? Why do you always have to make every little thing that happens all about you? Oh my god, you do nothing but piss me off, you do realize that, right? You just ruin everything, really. And you know that you've even ruined tonight all because you don't feel like cooking me something too. Well, you are gonna pay for this. Hey, what's the matter with you, huh? I finally got back home and there's no one here to greet me or anything. I thought that I was living with my wife, but I guess not, since she's not even home to see her husband after work.
Greg, what are you talking about? I told you that I was going to be with my dad while he gets examined at the hospital.
And what about my dinner, huh? Did you at least prepare something for me to eat now that I'm finally off of work?
Greg, I already told you that you'd have to figure out dinner for yourself tonight. Why are you acting like this? Don't you realize that I'm here trying to help my dad after he could have really seriously injured himself? I mean, he literally has a broken leg.
But he's at the hospital now, isn't he? So just leave him in the good care of the doctors or whatever. Just quit whining and making excuses and get back home to make my dinner.
I really just can't believe that you're acting like this right now. What is the matter with you? You should know better than to talk to me like that. I am your wife, in case you forgot. What has gotten into you?
Oh, please, you know what my problem is, so don't even pretend like you don't. You know that ever since we've had to move into this house and live with your parents, that things have been awful for me.
Is that what this is all about? You're mad that my parents live in a huge house to fit multiple families and that we're living here with them? Do you really think that my parents would be able to take care of a place like this all by themselves? And just why are you even complaining about our living situation when I'm the one that's paying for everything? You have no right to complain at all.
Whatever, I knew that you wouldn't get it, and this is why I don't even bother to open up with you. But I wish that your parents would just hurry up and die already.
Excuse me? What is the matter with you? Why would you say something like that to me right now, or ever for that matter?
Well, I'm just saying that it's your dad's name on the lease, right? So whenever he finally kicks the bucket, that means that I'm gonna be the new owner of the house, right? Then I can finally have what I've been after this whole time. You do know I didn't marry you because I love you, right? I wanted this house the whole time.
You don't mean that, right? You don't mean that you really only married me because you thought that you were going to get this house, did you?
Oh, of course I did. When I saw the size of the place, I knew I had to make it all mine. Even if that meant marrying a cow like you and having to put up with your horrible parents.
You really are just the worst. Do you know that? I don't even know what to say to you.
Well, say whatever you'd like. It isn't gonna change the fact that my plan is all up to a matter of waiting now. But man, I'm seriously so pissed off at you that I think that I might just go out for the night. Tomorrow, you better have dinner ready for me, or else there will be serious consequences. Do you understand, Linda?
You think that I'm going to make dinner for you after the way that you've been treating me? You're a horrible jerk, Greg.
Yeah. Keep crying to yourself, you fat, ugly cow. See if I care. It isn't gonna change a thing about our marriage.
Hey, Linda, is everything okay? I'm only asking because I heard some shouting coming from your place and then I saw Greg storm out.
You mean that you saw Greg leave the house then? I'm so sorry that we were bothering you.
Well, it sounded more like he was just shouting and yelling to himself. Besides, I thought I saw you leave when the ambulance arrived, so I didn't think that you were home. But man, Greg sure does know how to yell, and I can't tell you the amount of times that I've seen him leaving that casino when I drive home. I know this isn't really my place, but have you two had a chance to sit down and try and discuss some of your issues as a couple?
Oh, Nick, I know that you mean well, but I think we're much past the point of trying to talk things out rationally, if you ask me.
Oh, I see. Well, if you'd like to talk about it a little with me, I'd be more than happy to lend a ear.
Well, we can just start with today, really. So my dad fell down some stairs and broke his leg. I was so scared when I got home and saw him on the ground. But I told Greg about it and he treated me like I was just overreacting and told me that he wished my dad had died.
You're kidding me. Did he really say that? I'm so sorry, but it's just hard for me to imagine someone like Greg saying that. I know he can get pretty intense and he has his issues with gambling, but he's normally just so nice around the office. I just can't believe that he would actually do something like that.
Well, I'm glad to know that he composes himself at work for everyone at his office to see how kind he is. But let me tell you, he is a very, very different person at home, and I think he'd prefer to keep the two worlds separate.
I just don't even know what to say to this. Of course, I don't think that you're lying or anything like that, but I just need to wrap my head around this. But anyways, what about your dad? Is he okay now? I guess since the ambulance was here, he might have gotten a chance to take off, right?
Well, I'm actually here at the hospital with him right now, and they're monitoring him to make sure that he'll be okay.
I see. I mean, that really does sound scary. I can imagine what must have gone through your mind when you found him at the bottom of the stairs. You know, if you'd like, I can try and talk a bit to Greg about this. Maybe he just needs to hear something from someone he doesn't live with.
You're more than welcome to try whatever you'd like with him, but don't be surprised if his mood shifts and he just blows up on you. To be honest, I don't really know how much longer he and I are even going to remain married at this rate.
I see. Well, you should actually know that he texted me asking if he could crash on my couch tonight. So that's another reason why I thought something might have happened. But I'll try and talk to him and hopefully we can just smooth this whole thing over, right?
Again, you're welcome to try. I'm sorry that you're getting wrapped in our drama, but you really don't have to do this.
I know, but I just hear all the shouting and it's so different from the image I have of Greg at work and... Well, I just want to try and make things right, you know?
I guess. But why would you do this? Why even bother reaching out and talking to me and checking up on me?
Oh, there's no reason at all for that. No reason at all. Anyways, I gotta go now. Bye!
Hey, what the heck is the matter with you? I'm out all day and it's finally the next day and I don't have a single word of apology from you? You really gotta learn some manners, you know that? But what else can I expect from a fat cow like you?
I'm out right now, Greg. I can't really be bothered getting into all of this with you right now.
Excuse me, you're out? And just where are you out to right now, huh? Actually, what am I saying? Of course I hope it is. But if anyone asks where I am, just tell them that I didn't care to attend and chose to sleep in instead.
You are just the worst. You know that you don't have to say that kind of stuff to make your point, right? I seriously regret ever marrying you. It's the biggest mistake of my life.
Well, trust me, the feeling is more than mutual. But at least in my case, I have an amazing house to look forward to inheriting. And the funniest part of all is that I remember when you and I did get married. Your dad told me that he was so happy that you finally had someone to look after you. A sad old man he was.
Shut up. Do not talk about my dad that way. All that shows is that he hoped I was making the right choice for my future.
For your future? What future? You're already in your 30s. You're practically a grandma at this point. You really think you've got all that much to look forward to? Besides, you don't want to let your dad down and cause him more worry by breaking up with me and getting a divorce, right?
You really think that you just know everything in the world, don't you, Greg?
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? You women are always so sensitive, you know that? It's a shame that all your hormones are keeping you from thinking logically and clearly about things like men can. But it's okay because that's why women marry men, because they know that we're smarter.
Oh, just shut up, will you? You're a horrible piece of garbage, and I am going to get a divorce. In fact, I've already submitted the paperwork to the courthouse, so it really is more of a done deal now.
Wait, what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? You didn't actually do that. There's no way you could. You're too weak to do something like that.
Say what you'd like, but it's all the truth. I'm not lying to you at all. After all, you do remember handing me those signed divorce papers, don't you? It was one of our fights from a long time ago. You were threatening about divorce and then handed me divorce papers that you'd signed and said I was free to walk away whenever I got sick of you. Well, here I am.
Wait, but you actually held on to those? I had no idea that you still had those papers at all. Don't you know that that was just to scare you into staying with me?
Of course I knew that. I saw right through what you were trying to do, even if you thought you had me fooled. But you should know that I've talked this over with my dad and even our other relatives, and they all agree that the best thing for me to do is divorce you. In fact, you should know that I even reached out to tell your parents that you and I are no longer married.
So it's your fault. You're the whole reason why they've been blowing up my phone with calls and texts. I've been ignoring them this whole time.
So you really haven't even read any of the messages from your parents at all? Well, it's no wonder you're so clueless about all of this. You should know that your parents were furious when I told them about why I was leaving you, though. And my parents were so mad they said they were writing you out of their will.
Well, hold on a second. If they do that, then doesn't that mean that I'm not gonna end up inheriting their house? Oh, you can't do this to me. Do you know how much I've sacrificed? You'll have wasted all the time I spent being married to you. It'll all be for nothing now.
Well, you should know that even if my dad were to pass away, you were never, ever going to get the house. I mean, what made you even think that you were going to inherit the house that my parents own in the first place?
What are you talking about? Of course I'd own the house. I'm your husband after all.
Yeah, that really doesn't mean anything, though. I mean, you know how a will works, right? The person makes a list of who gets what before they die. You don't just slide into some category where you have the house guaranteed to you.
Don't you get all uppity with me. You think you've won? You haven't won anything. You want to get a divorce? Then fine, let's do that. I don't care. That still means that I get a half of all your stuff, so what do you think you're gonna do about that, huh?
Again, you really don't seem to be aware of the truth of the circumstances at all. You should know that the assets that I had before we got married are unclaimable by you. The only thing that we can split is the assets contained in our joint account. Although I have to say that I was shocked when I checked that account. I don't think I'd even looked into it since we'd got married, but there wasn't a cent in there. Don't tell me that you wasted it all on gambling now.
I was gonna double all the money and then deposit it all back. I swear. You gotta believe me.
I don't really care at all what you were going to do with that money. I'm just sick of you and your excuses, though. I've been patient and understanding with you for years while you've been treating me like some kind of idiot you can walk all over. You don't seem to understand that I was tolerating you, not the other way around. But now that you've agreed to the divorce, why don't you pack up your bags and get out?
Wait, come on. Let's not just make rash decisions like this, right? Well, we can still settle this in person and talk and settle it like adults, right? You know that I can't communicate well when it just comes to text. I mean, come on, please. Let's just meet in person, then I can make my case and be listened to properly.
Yeah, no, that isn't going to happen. You're right about not being able to communicate over text, but you're not much better in person. If you really want to have a discussion about what is going to happen next between us, though, I'd be happy to connect you to my lawyer. In fact, you don't even have to worry about coming back home to collect yourself. I'll just package it all up and send it to your parents' house.
Oh, wait, come on, don't act like this. We're still married and I'm still your husband. There's no need to be so rude. I'll come home right away and then we can talk about this in person like rational adults, okay? Just wait right where you are and I'll be right there.
Hey, Greg, are you okay? That was some accident that you were in, don't you think?
Nick, is that you? What's the matter with you? Why are you getting involved in this, huh? I think my leg might be broken and it's all your fault. Why would you do this to me?
I'm really sorry, Greg, but I think that you did this all to yourself, personally. But don't worry, I've at least called an ambulance for you, so there's that at least. And besides, you were the one trying to run down Linda on my motorcycle. I'm just glad that spun out and ended up crashing you into a wall instead.
You jerk. I know that you pulled Linda out of my way last second. I could have hit her and been perfectly fine if it weren't for you.
I know, I just thought that you were acting a bit strangely when you left my house. But then I heard that you started up my bike and I knew that something was wrong. I know that you and Linda have been going through something real rough lately in your relationship recently, but I had no idea that things were so bad between the two of you.
And now you've gone and left me all bent and broken. Thanks a lot, you jerk. This is all your fault.
I guess you don't really understand how things work, do you? You can't really think that this is anyone but your own fault, right?
You mean that you're really gonna stick up for my fat cow of a wife? You're really gonna take her side in this? Think of all the times I've given you a hand at work. I thought that you would have felt at least a bit of duty to help me out when I needed help too, but I guess not. I never should have counted on you.
Are you serious, Greg? You really are gonna compare you helping me with some work projects to me helping you murder your wife in cold blood? I know that you like to present a very different face to everyone at work than the face you show your wife at home. But I'm not gonna let the things you've done for me through my job let you turn me into an accomplice for vehicular manslaughter. And to think that you were the one that ended up with Linda. You know, I used to have a thing for her before she quit her job after marrying you. But all the other women in the office were always talking about what a cute couple you two made, so I decided to give up on my feelings for her.
Wait a second, you mean that you have a thing for my wife? Is that why you did what you did?
It's not why I did what I did, but it is true. I do really like Linda, and I'm not gonna hide that fact anymore. I gave up on her so that she could be with you, and I've regretted that choice every day since I've made it. And now I know that you've done this, I know that my gut feeling was right.
Hey, come on, let's take it down a notch, okay? I mean, I'm seriously injured here, come on. Can't you see that I'm the victim in this? I mean, you're not really gonna blame me just because you clearly still haven't gotten over your feelings for another man's woman, right?
There you go, this is what I'm talking about. You blame other people for injuries that you got literally trying to kill someone. Not only that, but I know all about how much time and money you spent at the casinos. Not to mention you coming home drunk almost most nights. I heard about what happened when Linda told about what had happened to her dad, and when you told her that you wished he had died instead. By the way, you should know that there are speed trap cameras all along the street that would have captured what you tried to do here.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You mean that there are cameras on this street that would have filmed me on your bike trying to run down Linda?
That's right, and these aren't those old low-quality cameras you see on cop shows. These are new and should clearly show you on the bike. So I'm afraid that after the hospital comes and picks you up, you're gonna have a very, very long chat with the police.
But how did it all come to this? I just don't understand. It's not fair!
If you're looking for someone to blame, maybe you should start with yourself.
Wait, no, you can't just leave me like this. You don't even know what I've gone through up until now. But I realized that I might have taken things a little too far, so please don't abandon me.
You really think that anything you say could convince me that what you were trying to do was justified? I'm never ever gonna side with you on this, and I'll always stick up for Linda. So I'll spend the time that you have before getting picked up thinking about what you've done wrong.
Please, no, don't do this to me. If I get arrested, my life is gonna be over. I can't go to jail. I can't even move. Please don't leave me. Linda, are you there? Please, I just want you to know that I realized I screwed up big this time, so please don't leave me like this. Can't you just please come outside so that you can help me? I just want to talk. Can't we do that?
What do you mean? Where did you screw up? Tell me exactly what you did.
Yeah, I tried to run you over in a motorcycle, and I tried to steal your house from your family.
Oh, come on. You know that you have a bunch more than that to apologize for, don't you?
You want me to keep going? Okay, well, fine. I'm sorry for spending all our money at the casino and never winning anything, but I thought that it was okay for me to use the money in the joint account. Besides, you make so much more money than I do, and I thought it really wasn't going to be a problem at all. And that's the whole reason why I thought it'd be a good idea to live with your parents in the first place.
You really are just full of pathetic excuses. Do you know that? I don't know why I even bothered to respond to your message. Just leave me alone, Greg.
No, please don't do this to me. I really am so sorry. I promise I will do more around the house to help, okay? I will wash the dishes, I will take out the trash, I will help your dad. I'll do anything you want, just please don't leave me.
I don't want anything to do with you ever again. Do you get it? If you really want to help me, then just leave me alone and never bother me again.
But that won't do. I know that I've screwed up, and I just want to try and make it right now. Ugh, you women always think that you know what's best, but you don't.
Wow. Do you really think that's going to help your case here at all? You literally tried to run me over and told me that you wished my dad had died.
Well, I know, but I'm just telling you that I'm sorry about all that. I mean, come on, this is all just one big misunderstanding, okay?
Oh, really? Because when I helped my dad up after finding him at home, I asked him what happened. He was so confused because he never trips like this, but said that he felt something tugging against his ankles when he did fall. You put something there to trip him, didn't you?
Hold on a second, you can't just accuse me of things like that with no other proof than some statements from a senile old man.
My dad isn't senile, and he isn't some feeble old man either. He goes on walks every day and has good balance. But it doesn't matter. I know that you don't know about the cameras I installed around the house in case we were ever robbed. You show up on there, and it's obvious that you tied something to the stairs before leaving for the day.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You're telling me that you had cameras installed all around our house and never told me?
I know for a fact I mentioned them to you, but you just never ever listened to anything that I have to say. By the way, you do remember saying that you wished my dad had died during his fall down the stairs, right? Well, I'm afraid that those words look so much worse in the context of you booby-trapping the stairs for him to fall down.
Wait, no, come on, that was just a phrase. I wasn't actually gonna try and kill anyone. You have to know that at least, right?
So then you're telling me that when you said he didn't bump his head, you weren't frustrated because that's exactly what you'd hoped would happen? You set up a trap in our house for my dad to literally stumble upon in the hope that he would die from the fall. And it was also that you could inherit the house we lived in. Something you've admitted to having as a goal, even though you were never going to get the house.
Linda, please, I think that you're taking this way too far. I mean, think about what could happen to me. I could lose my job over this. Speaking of work, I've just been so busy with things, and they've been worrying me half to death. This wasn't really me trying to do anything about your dad. It was just a result of all the mental strain, yeah. You have to know that I would never ever want to hurt someone on purpose, right?
Can you please just stop with the lying? I mean, I wonder if you even realize how obvious you make it to read in between the lines. You must really think that I'm an idiot if you think I'm going to buy even a single word of that. But not only did you hurt my father, you tried to kill me and almost injured your coworker, Nick, in the process.
But you don't think that I'm some sort of criminal or something, do you? Besides, I didn't know that he was gonna show up out of nowhere to pull you out of the way. But I think that we really just need to talk about this one-on-one, okay? I'll even pay for your dad's hospital bills as a show of good faith, okay?
Of course you're going to be paying for his hospital bills. We're going to sue you into oblivion for all that you've tried to do to my family. You're worried about your job? I'm afraid that there are going to be much worse things in store for you right now.
Please don't do this to me. Why do you want to ruin my life so badly? What did I even do to you? I'm begging you not to do this to me.
You're nothing but a horrible criminal and a would-be murderer who can't live up to his crimes now that they've failed.
That's not fair. You can't just accuse me of these things without proof. Please, why can't we just talk this out, huh?
I would have loved to be able to talk this out with you, but it's clear that we are far past that point now. And as for proof, I guess we'll just see what a jury thinks is proof when I see you in court. After that, Nick took me to the hospital to see my father so we could tell him about what happened. On the way over, he confessed that he had feelings for me. I always had a suspicion, but I told him that I was also in no shape to be thinking about that now. Thankfully, Nick understood, but said he just wanted to make his feelings clear. As for Greg, he was arrested and charged with attempted murder, theft, and driving a motorbike without the proper license. We had our day in court, and the jury couldn't have been deliberating for more than 20 minutes before they came back with a guilty verdict on all counts. In addition to prison time, Greg was charged to pay my dad's hospital bill, repairs for Nick's bike, and fees for the emotional trauma suffered by my dad and I. Nick tried to beg us for forgiveness in court, but we weren't having any of it. Even his own parents ended up disinheriting him. So Greg ended up in prison with no family, friends, or money. He writes me letters from jail, but they've all gone straight in the trash without ever being opened. I've been slowly accepting what happened and coming to terms with the fact that I'm no longer married. It's been about a year since the trial, and I finally got the courage to ask Nick out on a date. I feel like after all he's done for me, maybe the right man for me was under my nose this entire time. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.